Kuhn.
Hi, I just want to start with two thank yous. One is, I see you guys are letting people talk and you're not holding the 3-minute rule, and I appreciate that. I don't speak in public. I quit college classes when I had to speak in public. So bear with me, please, and I thank you for listening. The second thank you is to the police officers here. Contrary to the popular belief of the media and everyone else, all cops are not bastards. Again, sorry. My name is Paul Kuhn. I live at 613 Old Woods Road. Our greatest hope of emerging from the division, the insane division that we see in our country today, is our youth. Their innocence, their hope, their optimism is our future. That is why I'm taking the time to speak today, and I'm literally shaking. The initiatives that are being pushed today across the country, supposedly to address diversity and inclusion, are making things worse, not better. The words sound great, but in reality, many of these efforts stem from political motivations and nothing else, and they are being implemented by activists and end up worsening the very things they aim to solve. The only thing they're doing is making the activists feel better. When I think about this issue, my mind often drifts to a very popular movie based on a true story titled Remember the Titans, and my leg is shaking. It is about the integration of our schools in Virginia in 1971. Denzel Washington has to unite a mixed-race football team during a time of great unrest and unbridled racism. By the way everybody acts today, we would think we're back in 1971. We're not. He does this through teaching young adults to reach out and learn about each other and by treating each other equally. It's just a movie, but it's a beautiful and hopeful movie, and every piece of the messaging is dead on. There are poignant scenes where Denzel's character points out treating minorities differently, even when favorably, is racist and detrimental to their lives. Treating people as victims rather than treating them as equals makes the person virtual signaling feel good, but it's more insulting and damaging than some ignorant person hurling slurs. So when you pander to people because of their skin color, it is way worse than when somebody uses the N-word. 100 times worse. The latter can be ignored as ignorance, while the person hides behind virtue and the target feels pitied, not proud. Let me share with you a few examples quickly that have happened within the last few months. I'll start with my first interaction with something from the new CRT, or Diversity and Inclusion Curriculum. Last year, a parent posted something from an assignment in Webster to Facebook that defined the word racism. It was defined as an act of prejudice by a white person against a person of color. I read the entire post and I responded with a few sentences explaining that anybody can be racist. Any prejudice against anyone based on race is racist. I was greeted by a litany of insults and name-calling on Facebook and throughout the responses, but the first response I got floored me. The poster said simply, "Your hood is showing." This kind of nonsensical thought patterns don't just happen without nurturing. People feel good if they can claim a higher moral ground. Truth doesn't matter anymore. This is insanely dangerous, and it is learned behavior. It comes from all this anti-white, anti-USA, 1619 Project nonsense, and the hatred of cops. If adults are being swayed by this stuff so badly that logic and truth no longer matter, how do you think our children will react, and what will be their resulting mindset? If you keep telling all of our white children that they're racist, they will be. Will we produce healthy, proud, and happy children that thrive and succeed, or will we create miserable people on both sides of the political spectrum, one side that believes they live in the worst country in the world, and the other side sees discussions as impossible because they'll be canceled? Sorry, I lost myself. I'm getting close here. 2 days ago, a BLM protester, an adult man, and this is on YouTube, repeatedly called an Asian police officer an effing chink, over and over again. He said the man wasn't even from our country, and what the hell was he doing here? At that point, he was confronted by someone who told him he was being racist against the officer. The man said very vehemently, "Black people cannot be racist." That is what CRT teaches. Look at white fragility. Look at some of the stuff that's out on LinkedIn. You may not be teaching that in Webster, and I can see from all of your eyes as I watched you listen to us that most of you care. I see a little bit of resentment, but I see that most of you care. Don't let that be your legacy. Don't be teaching our kids to be racist. I'm going to skip a little bit here because I'm going long, I know. Another popular slogan being thrown around here all the time is "be less white." What exactly does that mean? The Smithsonian Institute put out an article that explained that rationality and hard work are racist because they reflect white values. Do you believe that? If you do, how can you possibly teach our children to be strong, successful, and to thrive in our country? It's patently absurd and an insult to minorities to say these are white traits. I haven't known that many African Americans in my life, but the ones I have been wonderful, wonderful people with deep moral values and a strong sense of work ethic. So if those are white traits, maybe we're just saying it to make us feel better. Is this what we want to teach our kids? Last paragraph, and thank you very much. I'm very nervous. Is this what we want to teach our kids? No. Skin color doesn't matter, and our kids already know this. How is calling people people of color any less racist than calling them colored people, as I would hear my parents do? It's not. One is pity, and one is an insult. How about just seeing everyone as people, period? How about we stop trying to use our children for political gain and rather than that, teach them math and science rather than how to be a political activist? I'm going to finish with something, and please don't take this as an attack, but I see these signs every single day as I walk through my neighborhood. You know the signs, there's like 8 platitudes, and I find them very passive aggressive. I'm sure many of you have these same signs in your yards, and they're basically saying, anybody that doesn't have this sign, you're a racist and you're a piece of shit. Well, I suggest you add one more platitude to those signs. People are people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Kevin Lockhart.